The heroes of Paris are back, everyone. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's the one and only, your girl, the cartoon hotspot. And in today's video, we'll be analyzing season 5, episode 1, titled Evolution. Now, that is how you kick off a season. Evolution was amazing. My jaw dropped. Season 4's finale ended off on a high note, and season 5 met that expectation and took it one level higher. So if you're interested in my thoughts, then don't go anywhere without giving this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Hopefully you'll be sticking around for more analysis videos like this. Without further ado, let's begin. So the episode picks up exactly where Strike Back ended, with Ladynoir on the rooftop and Nadia Shamak covering the news by informing Paris that Hawkmoth is now known as Monarch after successfully obtaining all of the Miraculous except the Ladybug and Black Cat ring, of course. After destroying Monarch's shield, which is a parallel to season 1's origin episode, Ladynoir have their cute wholesome moment where Cat Noir tells her, "It's you and me." Our dynamic duo is back, everyone. Then we cut to Gabriel talking to the Kwamis, and Sass tries to warn him that by making the wish for Emily to return in good health, somebody else has to take her place. But Gabriel silences him, and this is just horrible. I guess the Kwamis now know what Nuru has to deal with. Gabriel then calls Natalie and informs her of his plan to use the rabbit Miraculous, but Natalie tries to advise him to wait for her to come home so they can devise a strategic plan. Now, straight away, this is how you know that Natalie is aware of how impulsive, reckless, and downright idiotic Gabriel is. Of course, he doesn't listen to her, and he responds by saying there have been so many close calls, and now is his time to finally win. He cuts the phone and unifies Nuru with Fluff. While all of this is happening, Ladybug and Cat Noir spot Monarch falling through the burrow, and they see their future selves. Then Bunnix appears and tells them that the timeline is at risk because Monarch wasted no time and went straight for the most powerful Miraculous, the Bunny Miraculous. Bunnix tells them that if everything goes according to plan, the timeline will be fine. But Ladybug and Cat Noir have to become their future selves that they just saw. In the burrow, Monarch's first attempt is to try and steal Ladybug's Miraculous back in Lady Wi-Fi, but the duo along with Bunnix arrive just in time to stop him. They confront him and the Kwamis then jump out and scream, "Save us, Ladybug," but then yet again Monarch shots them up by unifying all of them. Straight away we see the implications this has on his health. This dumb man was probably thinking, oh, Ladybug can unify more than one jewel, so maybe I can too. Like, no, it doesn't work like that, you idiot. But go on, I love seeing Gabriel perish. Anyways, after struggling for a bit, he immobilizes Bunnix, then jumps through another portal. Cat Noir then grabs Bunnix's Miraculous and hands it to Ladybug. She tells him that he has to be the one to unify it by saying, "It's you and me, remember?" Oh, I love Ladynoir. And then we get Bunny Noir. Sorry, I'm not calling him Rabbit Noir. Bunny Noir just has a nicer ring to it. I absolutely love this continuity because Ladybug is finally letting Cat Noir take off some of the pressure from her. She doesn't always have to be in control because protecting Paris is both of their jobs, and one person handling the responsibility is just way too much. It also means that she'll start trusting herself more, but of course that takes much more time. So then it becomes a wild goose chase, and one thing that really caught my attention was when Ladybug asks Cat Noir why he can use his powers more than once. The Rabbit Miraculous works differently than the others, hence it's the most dangerous. Since time is in a fixed loop, he doesn't have to worry about transforming back until it's actually the time to transform back. Also, not a lot of people know this, but unifying 2 or more Miraculous allows you to stay transformed until you've used all of your powers. Hence, he hasn't transformed back after using Cataclysm on Monarch's shelter. Then we end up back at the beginning, and at this point, Ladybug and Cat Noir have become their future selves that they just saw. So far, everything is going to plan. It's a loop. Anyways, Ladynoir end up in the 1940s during that flashback we saw of Master Fu and Marianne running away from the Nazis in the episode Backwater. And yes, this was actually confirmed by Thomas on Twitter that the Nazis were targeting Fu and Marianne because they wanted the Miraculous. Monarch faints because using too many jewels at the same time is weakening him. Ladybug and Bunny Noir obtain the Rabbit Miraculous, but not before Monarch activates the power of Fetch and retrieves it again. Ladybug has a slight breakdown, but of course her trusted and loyal partner swoops in with words of encouragement. She calls upon her lucky charm and deduces that she needs to get the dog Miraculous from Master Fu, and they interact. Now this is the interesting and slightly scary part. When Fu and Ladybug talk, he questions who they are, and Ladybug tells him that they will meet in the future and that Fu will entrust Ladybug and Cat Noir with the Miraculous one day in hope of achieving world peace. And since time is in a fixed loop, so everything is set in motion, that means 70 years before the events of season 1, Fu already knew that he was going to choose 2 holders. He just didn't know who those holders would be, which also means he knew all along that he was going to end up giving up his guardianship. But think about it the other way around. Marinette and Adrien met Master Fu as Ladybug and Bunny Noir even before they knew they'd become heroes. So Marinette and Adrien traveled to the past without even knowing prior to the events of season 1, the Origins episode. So the timeline isn't screwed up. In fact, Gabriel messing with the timeline was always meant to happen. It is the timeline. So then we cut to the museum where Alex and her dad are talking. She asks him what he wanted to show her, to which he responds, "It's not here and it's not now." Alex mentions that she still wants to be an engineer, and her dad responds by saying what's important is doing what you love the most. Her dad then says that he wishes he could witness history and the past. And Alex excitedly tells him that maybe she'll be the scientist who invents time travel in order to take her dad to every historical monument of his choice. He smiles at her lovingly and says, "It's time." And at that moment, Ladybug and Bunny Noir arrive. So basically, this confirms that Alex's dad is aware of the Miraculous, and he knows his daughter is a Miraculous holder because the rabbit Miraculous belongs to the Coupdel family and has been passed down through generations. Ladybug then hands her the dog Miraculous, and she initially is confused, but Ladybug explains to her they need to retrieve the current rabbit Miraculous so Alex can actually be Bunnix in the future. Alex transforms and becomes Canine Girl? I don't know, the translation was a bit off, so apologies. During all of this, Gabriel teleports to the train and demands Natalie to feed the Kwamis. She informs him that there is a simpler solution. Go back in time and give Gabriel's past self a hard drive which contains instructions on how to fix the Peacock Miraculous so Emily never falls sick. In this flashback, Gabriel carries Emily bridal style, and this was pointed out by Chat Noir on Twitter, that usually when couples do that, at least depicted in television, it means they're about to, well, you know, make a kid. And in that moment, younger Gabriel hands Emily the Peacock Miraculous. This most likely means this is the exact moment when Emily created Adrien using the peacock brooch. So if this doesn't confirm the Senti Adrien theory, I have no idea what will. Whilst this is all happening, Ladybug devises a plan to set Monarch up. Monarch falls for the bait and chooses instead to protect his secret identity instead of saving Emily. By foolishly making the wrong decision, the rabbit Miraculous is retrieved by Alex and she unifies it with the dog Miraculous. He then wallows in self-pity like a baby and they leave him in the past for future Bunnix to deal with. Ladybug then tells Alex that it's time and she allows her to keep the Miraculous safe. And guys, Bunnix has finally made her introduction. It's about damn time because I was getting impatient. Mini Bunnix returns the dog Miraculous to Master Fu, and older Bunnix sends Monarch back to the present for Ladynoir to deal with. But he summons Wind Dragon and escapes before they get the chance to take back more Miraculouses. The problem is, until they get back every single Miraculous, Alex won't be able to come back. So for now, she's just, well, chilling in her burrow. So are we not going to see Alex in school for the rest of this season? Gabriel returns to his lair and Natalie asks him if he enacted his plan. He blames Ladybug for his loss and Natalie snaps at him. I mean, she absolutely ate him up and told off his pathetic ass. And honestly, good for her. It's about time she stood up for herself and called Gabriel out on his insanity. Because at one point in the series, Gabriel lost sight of his goal. He is now power hungry and is obsessed with Ladybug. What's weird is that he always seems to blame Ladybug, but he never seems to blame Cat Noir. He had the perfect opportunity to save Emily, and if he saved Emily, that means he can save Natalie, because both of them would not fall sick. Natalie has done nothing but to stand by him and helped him concoct some of his plans. He would be nothing without her, and he couldn't perform one simple task to repay her for her services. The fact that Natalie is sick because of him, and he had the chance to prevent that, I understand why she's upset. I really do. Gabriel is such a loser. What is the point of asking for help but not actually taking the help? It's a waste of everybody's time and it's very selfish. If it was Mayura in Monarch's position, she would have already won because Mayura doesn't waste time. She's the brains behind the both of them and she knows what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, and when it needs to be done. Monarch fumbled the bag and that's his problem. So basically, Gabriel is alone and Natalie refuses to help him. And that's the end of the episode. Overall, like I said at the very beginning, I love this episode and Evolution is by far the strongest season premiere of Miraculous. The stakes were very much high, it was well paced, a great amount of Ladynoir moments, and I absolutely loved the development Natalie got towards the end of the episode. 10 out of 10 for me. The next episode airs next week Monday at 7:30 p.m. Brazil time on Mundo Globe. And they did release a trailer for it, so of course I will be analysing it in due course. But now I want to put it to you guys. What did you think of Evolution? Hated it? Loved it? Thought it could be better? Let me know down in the comments below. But as for today, that's it from me and I'll see you again next time. Bye!